Greetings! My name is Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome back to Sunless Sea. When we left off, okay, good. Just checking to see if there was a bug. Anyway, when we left off, we had just returned to London after doing stuff. After being stymied at almost every turn. But we did, got the meteor assault incident and all that. So we conned Shadow, and yeah, and now we have our heading. You see, last time I was stumbling on figuring out how to get brilliant souls in a reasonable way. I figured it out. Now, this isn't something in the base game, so it wasn't on the wiki or anything. But over in Saviour's Rocks, there is actually a port there. I just somehow not managed to avoid finding it. There's a store there that sells brilliant souls for actually a fairly reasonable price. And for one thing, that could potentially be used to make the to make those things where I need to get brilliant souls for one guy much more efficient, since it only costs like 300 or something, so I'd get the I'd keep 700 of the 1000 echoes he gives me, and also the 200 echoes. At least that's 900. So yeah, way better than the 200 that I normally give that. But also it means I can progress that whole the whole thing. Now, okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to swing by Gator's Morn, because there is a random event that I can fish for there. Not literally fish, you know what I mean. Well, maybe you don't, but whatever. That can trade drowning pearls for soulless fruit. Gonna grab that. And in fact, it gets one drowning pearl for 2 soulless fruit, and I only need 2 soulless fruit for that stuff. I'm gonna grab that. Then I'm going to swing down to the Iron Republic, and yeah, get the to the Iron Republic, do the whole stuff involving the Snow Child and all that. Then swing to the Isle of Cats to progress that story. Then swing all the way over here, hopefully finding a bunch of new islands. And then, well, by the time I do that, it'll probably be the end of the video. But if not, then once I have done that, I'll swing around, swing to the Khan's Heart, because I should, to drop off the prisoner's honey that I'm about to buy. Then swing to the Avid Horizon to do that stuff. What did I need for the Avid Horizon? No, wait, I already have the stuff I need for the Avid Horizon. And then swing by Wither to grab the tongue. And then, because I'm definitely going to be very low on supplies by that point, swing back through there. And all the other stuff in Venderbite. And maybe I should do the stuff in Venderbite first. Swing up there and then swing down, because that's not that far away, you know? If I'm going to be swinging to Gator's Morn, honestly, Gator's Morn might be farther away. It's hard to say. No, I think Venderbite is a bit farther away, but splitting hairs. Let's go. Wait, first, let's grab supplies and stuff. Where'd this soup come from? Did I get 2 or something? Oh, I should also grab Creative Human Souls for when I swing by Mount Palmerston. A bit grim, but all right. Ooh, some dark drop coffee beans for Khan's Heart. Thank goodness. Man, if I had like thank goodness I modded the cargo space. What? No, it was just at. For those of you who aren't aware, I've been having this persistent glitch where the cargo space will jump from what it's supposed to be, which is 120, which is what I modded it to something ridiculous like 280 or 360 or something. And it was, I swear it was just at 120 a bit ago. Whatever. You know what? I give up. Fine. If you will really want to give me ridiculously large cargo space game, I'll let you. Whatever. It's no skin off my nose. Anyways. No skin off my nose. What? Whatever. Uh, I'll just try to avoid abusing it. I don't need to buy fuel. I can buy fuel at the Iron Republic. Just up to 20 supplies. Anything else? Anything else? Speaking of which, what does this guy need? Ah, yes, fluke core. Really need to hunt a fluke and a bound shark. Oh. Oh, that reminds me. I wonder if there's any hit upgrades. I really, really, really wish this damn suppressor was auxiliary or bridge. It would make so much sense in auxiliary, but no. I could get a better engine, but I'm not really saying that that sound. What the fuck? Anyway, I'm not really sure that's a sound investment. Certainly these probably aren't. 1,000 echoes for a net +2 and stats. No, I don't think there's anything else I care about. Besides maybe 7 casks of mushroom wine. It's a surprise tool that will help us later. Now then, let's make sure there's. Hang on. Hang on a second. Ah! Jovial Contrarians pitching long boxes. Huh. I didn't even know the Jovial Contrarian was in this game. Pretty cool character. Shouldn't be anything else? Alright. Let's shove off then. Wait. Yeah. The Iron Republic. God help us.
Let's see. Alright, we can regain. Gotta perform through port reports.
What the hell is that? And our light moving. Ah. Oh, it was submerged, I see. Another strange catch. Damn it! Oh well. I hate the way repairers work in this game, honestly. The way you're so extremely disincentivized against repairing minor damage, you know? It's just silly. And nope. Alright then. Get all the fuel we can carry. Well, no, not all the fuel we can carry, but all the fuel we're... Okay. Let's see. Seek help for Elliot. A dapper devil listens to Elliot's story with glee. Oh yes, I know just the thing. For a delightfully excessive price, of course. 3 Skintelac. I happen to have exactly 3 Skintelac. Wow. I didn't even do that for this. I decided on just keeping exactly 3 Skintelac ages and ages ago. A simple violation of nature's laws. Or rather, the judgment's laws. Such a sweet child, and there's the problem. Sweetness never lasts. A drop on the tongue and... gone. No good. No good at all. Bitterness, dear Elliot, that's what you need. Ice must melt and snow must thaw, but nothing lingers quite like a good hard grudge. If you know what I mean. Let me share one of my favorites, taken from a man who may never escape the smell of our burning roses. The devil whispers something not for your ears. The snow child's face fills with captivated horror. The devil smiles. Just so. Now, to hold it in place, I recommend... oh, what do you call it? Heart metal. Yes, I hear your people have been doing delightfully terrible things with it lately, and for all the wrong reasons. A fine apprenticeship. We really must reconsider sharing some of our notes. Take them this, with our compliments. Alright, over to Station 3. Alrighty then. Do they need shore leave this badly? Even if you allow them shore leave, would they even go? I'm not certain. Let me get a bit more. Alright, where is Station 3? There. Okay, so that's gonna be a ways into my... I'm stupid, I forgot to go to Gators Morn and Vendor Bite. I was just... oh, fuck's sake. Oh, shit. Wow, that's a long reach. Oh well. I could probably take on that Republican Dreadnought eventually. As then it would be a long ass time to take down. Look at that, 400 HP. I'm doing what? 20 something? Every, what is it? 3.4 seconds? Oh, less with the lamp light, I suppose. That's not exactly reliable. You know what, considering that this is all... that this whole snow child thing is, you know, a ticking time bomb, maybe I should just swing upwards instead of my voyage plans. I've already ignored them once. That'll be annoying. Don't keep me waiting, Isri pouts prettily and rustles her silks. Do you have a little present for me? Alright, hand over the alarming scholar's notes. Isri snatches the notes from your hand and begins flicking through the pages. I'll have a reward sent to your ship. They look up and smile at you vaguely, eyes glazed as the honey seekers. Oh, my dear, what a treasure you are. I'll have you know I'm in a committed relationship. Although that didn't really stop me with the pirate poet, but whatever. Alright. Oh, I forgot to read the last bit. Alright then. The report. And let's return. Okay, what do I do next, though? Ooh, what's this? The next time you are summoned to see our patron, it is not in their offices at the Honeyed Tongue. Instead, you find yourself in a well-lit laboratory of book-lined walls and delicate equipment. Izuri does not pause in their task of pouring red honey into a cucurbit flask. It is possible to encourage lamplighter bees to seek out one kind of memory over another, they announce, without any preamble. It's all about what you expose the bee to, once it has drunk the maddening nectar of the crimson roses. But it is an uncertain process, full of guesswork. The alarming scholar and I have been trying to apply the scientific method, you could say. They look fond for a moment, soft. I require you to perform a little experiment for me. Shouldn't take long. Passion for science. I'll send a mellifluous sister with you. Just expose the bee to intense emotion. Pick one, and don't get too fancy. You are sure that maddened bees and intense emotions should not be mixed. Especially that you are not sure that maddened bees and intense emotions should be mixed, especially not near your own precious person. Well, this is a plan with neither flaw nor chance of error. Ah, damn it. Sorry about that. The game sort of crashed before I could see what the rest of that was. Alright then. Let's see, a personal assignment. The courtesans at the Honey Tongue are warm and accommodating, if you have the coin. Or, sacrifice a member of your crew. She is unwarily drunk on mushroom wine and sitting alone. Fears an intense emotion, and one you can easily provoke. How about let's not do that? It is not easy to create an amorous mood between a nectar-maddened bee and a chanting mellifluous sister. Luckily, the courtesans you selected take the issue as something of a professional challenge. You emerge from the encounter a few hours later, smiling and thoroughly rumpled. The mellifluous sister collects the cage and gives you a small nod. Your duty, as it were, discharged. Let's see. Oh, I need something awaits you. Alright, that's easily done. Here. Easily, if a bit ponderously. I have been singing your praises to Leopold. Isari's eyes warm at the name. You could almost envy the Pirate King. Almost. I would like to introduce you to him. Yes, I think it is time. They make a mime of thoughtfulness, though each word they say is carefully measured. But when one meets a king, one needs exactly the right sort of gift. It's only polite. You agree to the courtesies. Fetch me someone who has very recently been up to the surface. Leopold rather fancies surface memories, you know? Maybe you don't. Hey, that's my thing. But it is true nonetheless. You politely decline. We're not entirely sure you wish an introduction to the Pirate King, and you are not terribly keen on the transport of unwilling gifts, as it were. Alright, sure, why not? Your patron dismisses you with the advice that the Cuvian Canal is the likeliest place to source such a particular gift. No. Really? I never would have guessed. I wonder if this is enough of a connection. Let's see. Pull this off. Let's see. The cat's chiefest claw meets you in their suite with a distracted air and a raised eyebrow. You raise the matter of the well-traveled notary's memories. Isari taps clawed finger rings on the stem of a wineglass. The sound is silvery and sharp. I see someone's been talking. I'm reluctant. The notary only has a taste or two left in him. I was saving them for myself, this Nidal business. Fascinating. Except their largesse. But we've achieved so much together, haven't we? Farewell. For you, and only you. Alrighty then. See? This is exactly what I was talking about avoiding it. Although I expected a rather bit of a longer storyline than this. Oh well. The flight from Nidal. Isari removes a jar from a teak cabinet and a spoon of tarnished silver from a drawer. They set them on the desk before you. You scrape out the dregs of crimson honey, barely a spoonful. You lick it clean, and the memories take you. You remember panic, disaster, disassociated fragments of a wild flight, heat, intolerable heat. You stumbled, and the gemmed flagstones burned your hands. You regained your feet. Behind you came the host of hyenas, fresh from the city of caution, laughing as they slew. Through the broken persimmon gate, now still littered with corpses, the basalt walls at your back now, black against the blazing shoulder of the mountain, and how it blazed, bright as the sun's skin. Only your goggles of smoked glass kept your eyes from boiling. You remember the desperate journey back down the Scarlet River, on living polythremy ships that grieve for those left behind. A man leans on the rail, black shirt, a church dog collar. Your employer, Lytton. Was it Lytton? He turns to look at you, and he is bereft. Off the port side, a ship expires from grief and sinks into the red, red waters. The memories falter. You return to the Isle of Cats. Isri is there, reading. Ah, you're back. Interesting, no? Someone tried to steal the Presbyterate's immortality. I'd say they were bold, but they failed, which makes them stupid. Yep. Let's see all the difference between bravery and stupidity. Success. Still, they got close. Lytton. It is a name you've heard before. It belongs to a certain fierce philanthropist who resides in Port Carnelian. That's... You know what? First of all, that's also where I need to go for the old submarine stuff. Second of all, that's not far. I don't think, anyways. Yeah, it's like right below this. Go the other way so I can swing by the Grand Geode as well. Alright, I'll go there and then I'll go to Station 3. Man, funny, I was like so well prepared today. You know, like I had all these, the whole route laid out, and then it immediately just went completely out the window. Even more so than all the less well prepared voyages. Bloody hell. Man, you know in Sunless skies, sending out the bat actually costs you supplies, or rather costs you hunger, really, but yeah, it's really annoying. Alright, the Grand Geode. These guys are hard at work on the Dawn Machine. What's the Dawn Machine? Well, good question, really. Hi, Glorious Red Knot. What the heck's this? Seek when you're dead? Okay then. Well, oh, did it vanish? Alright then. A distant song like a mirage. That's a good line. A naval base with the Royal Navy's emblems, curiously amended. Efficient, bright-eyed women and men work briskly everywhere you look. That's not hyperbole, by the way, about bright-eyed. They are singing hymns with unfamiliar words. Hard-faced Royal Marines watch you carefully, barring entry to the geode's heart. What is that? A plaque by the docks has been defaced with orange paint, but you can still make out the original inscription. Station 5, Adjunct. Ask to speak with someone in authority. What is this place? The Commodore may be able to give you a few minutes. The Commodore shakes your hand warmly. He's a handsome, open-faced fellow, hopefully not literally, in an immaculate Navy uniform. His office is equally handsome. It overlooks the glittering interior, Crystal Cliff. It must be as well lit as any study in the NAT. He deflects questions about the purpose of this installation. Classified, you know, but smilingly offers you tea, biscuits, and mineralogical anecdotes. The biscuits are good, but the anecdotes rather blend one into the next. You find yourself nodding, then jerk suddenly awake. The Commodore is smiling. Your cup is empty. You feel well. Very well. A little euphoric, even. Come back soon, he says softly. The menaces, yearning, burning. The light, it's pretty. Indeed. This is where you can get elements of dawn, which are useful for various reasons. Does the Admiralty know, or want to know? Take discreet notes. The Marines are watching. No shop, but if I could come back here with a sunlight-filled mirror catch box, and more veils, preferably, perhaps. Alright. Time to swing down and to the right. I could go down and to the left, but there's nothing interesting there. Here we go. The Carnelian coast. Far to the south, the Neath roof glimmers above the mountain of light. Welcome to Port Carnelian, the main exporter of a certain and very particular type of gem. That's right, sapphires. It was named before the gemstones were found. A bit unfortunate, admittedly. Alright. Here we go. The submariner, the fierce philanthropist. Oh! That's the... Oh, person. Her house is built in the tall, porticoed London style. Red brick and white plaster. Decorative iron railings, painted black. Its mistress is the subject of intense colonial gossip. Independently wealthy, an industrialist's daughter, a widow, unwelcome in London. What, then, does she want with you? An invitation arrived as soon as you docked. Wouldn't hurt to have the backing of a wealthy benefactor. We expected a sizable gathering, but it's just you, her, and a decanter of admirable sherry. My kind of evening. She is not a small woman, and comprehensively occupies her armchair. She wears sensible satins and sensible shoes. Her hair is impeccably curled. I've heard a number of shocking things about you, you magnificent bastard, all of which I consider thoroughly promising. Her accent has a hint of Midlands melancholy to it. She must have spent much of her life on the surface. For a time, she asks questions about your travels and listens avidly to your answers. Then she gets down to business. A question, you magnificent bastard. She tops up her sherry. Some years ago, the nations of the Neath struck an agreement to abandon their research into submarine travel, and leave the Z depths untouched. Ah, the agreement about nothing of consequence. Sailors mutter about it when listing the Admiralty's follies. You nod. She raises her glass to her lips. And what is your opinion of this agreement? Scoff about it. It's a nonsense. Nowhere shall be forbidden to the capable explorer. Yeah. Her smile is conspiratorial. Then we can help each other. I am prepared to finance, in a large part, improvements to your ship that will make it capable of submarine travel. The Admiralty and other powers disapprove of such innovation. Therefore, we will need to be discreet. I have procured experts, laborers, and a workbench. They are well paid and loyal. Here is the address. Meet us there and we can begin our work. Alrighty then. Let's see, any experimental, increase experimental modifications. 100, what have you. And I need it to be at 100, alright. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so inquire about Lighten and the attempt on Nidar. First things first. She casts a wary glance at a passing engineer. Let's discuss this when your vessel's alterations are complete, she says, sotto voce. Sotto voce? I don't know how to pronounce that, and I don't know what it is, but it's probably French, so I don't care. We have compatible interests, but we'll need a submarine to pursue them. Alrighty then. Okay, contribute nautical know-how. It could provide additional funding. Donate a mysterious device. Huge for its. Alright. And donate Stygian ivory. Or a single extraordinary implication. These contribute advanced theory. These idiots don't have the first idea what they're doing. Enlighten them. Yeah. Inspiration strikes. We'll have to rework the hydraulics, the chief engineer exclaims, her eyes ablaze. But it'll be worth it. She works for 3 days straight. In the end, they have to pry the spanner from her hands and stir laudanum secretly into her tea to convince her to take a break. No one can make head nor tail of the changes she's made to the pipework, but the engine whirs like moth's wings. I'm not certain that's a good thing, but alright. There we go. Immediately done. The engineers have reached an impasse. It's the sonar. It's unreliable, loud, and it stops working below 70 fathoms. But the Admiralty and the Khanate must have cracked this back in the day. Alright. The engineers brim with conspiracy theories about the old submarine program. Before the agreement about nothing of consequence, London's Admiralty conducted their submarine research at Station 3. The location of the Khanate's research base is unknown, but a number of its scientists relocated to Khan's shadow. Perhaps one of those locations has information you could use. Alrighty then. Well, I'm heading to Station 3 anyway, so. Oh. A green-eyed tiger is overboard. Oh god, he's going to drown. Never mind. Tigers can actually swim. This one isn't particularly pleased with this inconvenience anyway. A shout. There's a crowd on the pier. What's going on? Yeah, you see, one of the main inhabitants of the Carnelian, besides Londoners, is, well, the natives. Tigers. Help him aboard. That would be polite. A collective helping hand. He weighs as much as 12 men. Your crew manages to drag him aboard, even though there's only 9 of us. That's it. The tiger shakes himself dry. Thank you for the assistance. His eyes are colored vuric, the color of shallow sleep. You've heard of him before. He's a drunkard tiger, a premier Presbyterian viticulturist. You notice twisted, crooked black spiders sitting on his paws, artificial arachnoids with uncomfortably long legs of dark ivory. Perhaps you will have time to question what's that later. A loud buzzing nearby, a crowd on the pier. The amber-eyed tigress in the crowd's vanguard. They seem to be after your tabby guest. Question the drunkard tiger on the reason for his swim. Tigers don't do that often. Almost trustworthy. They want to hang me because someone didn't enjoy my wine. Almost died after drinking it. Weak stomach, if you ask me. He glances at the pier for a moment. He doesn't like what he sees. I'm willing to join your crew. Does your ship need a cook? Right? Ask the amber-eyed tigress why she's after that drunkard tiger. She seems most in charge. Captain! Captain! This tiger tried to poison the city's mayor. He is to be put to justice. The mayor shall recover. That doesn't mean this inebriate is less guilty. She's lying, Captain. I'm not the poisoner. Was the mayor drinking your wine? The amber-eyed tigress objects. Yes. Did he fall onto the table after taking a few sips? Yes. Was it possible that someone else poisoned your wine at your distillery? No. The drunkard tiger says aloud. Damn, I mean yes. He puts a paw on his forehead and mumbles quietly. I am burying myself. Alrighty then. Here we go. I could pay his ransom. Or I could just fucking leave, or I could hand him off. You know what? I may not have much. I may not actually have all that much fails, but fuck it. Let's go. A daring escape. Hell yeah! And he who dares wins. You talk nonsense to the amber-eyed tigress as your crew prepares the ship for full steam ahead. Then, your ship launches forward and the tigress is left on the pier with a totally displeased look. Abash! That bitch is left behind. I know her well. She'll be too embarrassed to chase me anymore. The drunkard tiger exhales with relief. By always hailing, Captain. Sometimes he pretends he's going to bite a crewman. It's still not funny. Alright, I've got a new... Get another cook. One without an actual icon. Certainly. Let's see. It's a cook that increases iron. Funny. Ooh. I could insinuate an agent into Port Carnelian. This place was thick with spies. Who would notice another? Yeah. Your agent vanishes into the Carnelian crowd. Within the week, they will have found lodgings, friends, rivals, and victims. Alrighty then. Now then, what do the spies need? Another diplomatic agent, okay. I'll get another one then. Let's see. Call it Harcross. Yeah, like London's first undersea colony sweats under a blanket of southern heat. To the right of the dock, the sapphire mines yawn. To the left, the governor's house stands, prim as an Elderwick mansion. Behind lies the fungal jungle. Heh, fungal jungle, ghostly in white and violet. I do that. Let's call it Harcross House, where the governor administers this distant fleck of Her Majesty's empire. The governor is very, very busy. An attaché offers you a bowl of sugared puffballs and explains the work the governor does among the natives. Gotta keep them happy, what? After all, they are tigers. Indeed they are. Well, if I get my networking up, I can influence affairs. But why would I care about what affairs people are having? If I could get sold through here for $2.50, that's highway robbery. Ooh, I can get dark drop coffee beans for much cheaper. Yeah, let's buy 10 of them. I can also buy mountain sherds. Struck from the side of the mountain of light, who is called the god called Stone. It's holy. Treat it accordingly. If you don't treat it as holy, it can be sold as a captivating treasure. Alright then. Ooh. Fairly cheap supplies. Oh, slightly cheap supplies anyways. Alright, now we swing by... You know what? Let's swing by the Salt Lions. Before we go to... Where's Station 3? Where'd it go? There we go. There it is. See? I'm gonna go. Need to go that way. Salt Lions, Pigmode Island, whatever the hell is in here. Oh man. Oh, Golden Vortex. Where? Oh, way up there. I couldn't even fucking see it. Oh, fuck. Blue Prophets. Buggers. This guy... Blue Prophets are dangerous bastards. Finally. Oh. Encrusted cartographer. What's that? Oh. Oh, right. For the Sunless Watchman, isn't it? This is the place, it seems. Why anyone comes here willingly, you'll never know. Inspired with the Watchman's old shipmate. In a lopsided shack on the edge of this village, nestled beneath a stand of flourishing swamp oaks, you find the encrusted cartographer hunched over a long table, stacked with curling charts. Oh, that's long. A meeting, mud, and mad ideas. The sightless watchman introduces himself as an old friend, but the mud-caked scholar is dismissive until your officer proclaims an interest in the currents of the Nab and certain unorthodox methods of navigation. Instantly amicable, the scholar leaps to explain his current theories and suspicions. The encrusted cartographer's shoulder-length hair is caked in dried mud, as if he's washed himself in the stuff. He spreads his maps purposefully before you, well worn and spotted with damp. It's all quite beyond you, but the watchman listens intently, a brow furrowed and torso rigid, as the scholar regales you both with wild conjectures on Z navigation and divination, growing more animated with each chart flourished. You're jolted from your uncomprehending daze. Why is it constantly just insulting my character? Like, why? How do you know I don't understand any of this? Whatever. The cartographer rushes from the hut, returning moments later with a slightly scorched associate, who quickly adds her own opinions to the confusion. She then brandishes another diagram, this one on fireproof paper. At its center, two precisely rendered sigils. The room dims significantly, but is illuminated again by by a light that pours from the sigils themselves. The shapes are hard to focus on. They glow furiously, but it seems as if they have stolen the light from around you. That stolen is misspelled. Huh. So, correspondence sigils, is it? The language, the laws are written in. All this is relayed to the watchman, and at his excited insistence she copies the sigils to a smaller scrap, which he carefully tucks away. When you rise to leave, the cartographer pushes one last chart at you, excitedly asserting its worth. Maybe it is worth a few echoes, but the watchman has gained something far more valuable. Alrighty then. Let me see. Where is he again? Ah, here he is. Inquire about the watcher's plans. He surely has one, since the mangrove college. He is worn to an unmistakable expression. In the light of the mountain, you find the watchman against the aft rail, gazing unerringly south. He does not turn as you approach. When you question him, he spreads one palm towards the horizon, as if warming his fingers on some faraway flame. "You magnificent bastard," he begins. "Months ago, I came to terms with the loss of my sight. A loss of vision is not insurmountable. I believe I have proven that. But all the same, I would risk much for a chance to see again. And now, I am sure I shall. We have gained a great secret at the Mangrove College. I have spoken to the engineers, and they'll help craft me an eye. But we still require aid. If I am to survive my own restoration, I shall need the favor of stone." Let's see. Stone's attention: Hunter's Keep, Abbey Rock, or Near Wither, unless you have a stone of your own. Well, I already have his attention, so I don't need to. The officer is to see again. What materials would the engineer need? Or the surgeon, for that matter. Piercing vision. I don't think this has been attempted for. And so there is a risk, a considerable risk, to everyone involved, much more so to myself. But I am determined, you magnificent bastard, to proceed. The watchman grasps your hand in his. Thank you for what you've done so far. I can feel Stone's gaze upon us, despite the distance. We will succeed. I need ivory and sapphire for the eye, the black of the roof above, and the blue of the sea below. And at the core, to pierce all darkness, true sunlight, from the surface. Watchman smiled then slightly. And some more wine? For my own comfort. Alright, so we need sapphires, have those. Stygian ivory, don't have those. wine, and a box filled with sunlight. Well, I know where I can get... And a competent surgeon. Well, I have most of those, and I'm fairly certain I know where I can get the others. Let's see. Ah, yes. Here we go. The cheating information. An enigmatic gentleman lives a comfortable life in the largest hut. He won't see you without an appointment. The Admiralty has arranged that appointment. Alright. An island of civilization. Once inside the hut, you imagine yourself back in London. Bright candlelight, thick carpets, even a little spotted with damp, even wallpaper, similarly spotted. Two philosophers wait on you both, a little sulkily. The enigmatic gentleman will say nothing until you've both eaten dinner. A fine, if eclectic meal. Cavern trout, swamp fruits, spices from Adam's Way and Wither, served on Delft ware on a lacquered Ming table. Once you're done, he gives you a carefully itemized list of ship sightings, some excellent report, and a little something to take away. Remember me to the Admiral, he says, fondly. Oh, Mutasalt, nice. Oh, I forgot to read the description and stuff. The wise and the wicked seek sanctuary here, where the fruits are plenty and the woods wild. A steaming sprawl of parasynthetic vegetation. And a village. Barely a village. Hold walls. Roofs in disrepair. Although despair would also work. Stilts leaning dangerously. It looks to have been assembled by drunks in a hurry. Dock carefully. Alright. Anything important? Report. Yeah. The thinkers of the Mangrove College continue their untroubled and sedentary existence. New schools of philosophy are born and die like bubbles. Extraordinary poetries are written in water. The occasional retired pirate tries and fails to get invited to salons. Ah, Mavy's daughter. Hello, where are you headed? On second thoughts, I don't mind. Can I come aboard? Yes, I'm an engineer, but I'm an engineer in a hurry. Alright, increases veils, iron, and engine power. Interesting. If anyone comes looking for me, well, I'm not accepting colors. Can I trust you to pass it on? You don't want them distracting me from my duties. Let's see, he increases veils by 8. And that increases veils by 6, irons by 3, and engine power by 100. I don't know. I'll just go with veils for now. Let's see, gather supplies. You don't have time to stop and rest, but you can gather plenty of supplies. The college members will grumble, but there's enough to go around. Alright, nice. Your crew strips that stretch your shoreline bare. It'll have burgeoned again by next week, no doubt. And what's this? Mangrove College is named for its scholars and philosophers. They have long abandoned civilized comforts for the life of the mind. Sometimes they want those civilized comforts back. Alright, the principals. Port Cecil. Black and white and silver. Please take me there. Sooner, later, it doesn't matter. I know how complex the moves can be. Alrighty then.
Anything else here? Rolling Isles, what? No, maybe that's not a good place to go, but... whatever. Oh, it's just that. No ports, okay. No, but it's a bonus fragments. Dice, so I really should probably, at some point, spend my features. It's hard to really know what to spend them on, you know? Ooh, more pirates. Lovely. Oh, shit. Shit. I'm counting on him turning that way specifically. Nice, good bit of fuel. Okay, but I'm out of balance with all this. All this supply with so little fuel.
Alright, and now let's... Oh. Guess I can grab another extraordinary invocation. Alrighty then. And 7 terror. Right, port report. And now let's fill up on Sphinx Stone. Because why not? Since I'm here and all. Alright. Well, I only have enough for, what is that? 80 sink stone, but frankly, it's more than you normally get from here. I could have sworn I had more. Hang on, I could have sworn I had more cash than that. Hang on. I'm gonna briefly stop recording so I can check the video. Ah, right, of course, I spent it on the coffee beans. Yeah. How repulsive.
No. I was gonna go back to no, never mind. Here we go.
It's very dramatic music considering, you know, we're at an island of rodents. Alright, another dilemma. The aide hurries you into the depths of the chicken woods, where the woods are particularly dark and foreboding. It wrings its paws. Hairless advisor, we had hoped never to ask this. We swore to stand on our own paws, but our supplies are running short. We desperately need your help. And your discretion. Alrighty then. Well, this is lucky that I came here with so many supplies. I would gladly ditch some of these. Alrighty then. A careful delivery. The aide meets you at the ship with a pair of trusted assistants. None are used to manual labor and can barely pull the small, heavily loaded cart. They squeak first in appreciation, and then with exhaustion as they slowly drag it away to the town gates. Alright, +2 civilization and +1 spirit. Just what I wanted. Alrighty then. So, repair costs are now below London levels, although not yet below the levels of, you know, like the favors. Pretty damn good. Yeah, I'm pretty low on home. Might as well. No, that's ridiculous. That is. I could not have planned this better. I could not have done this better if I had planned it. Holy shit. I had exactly enough to repair it. I'm at exactly 0 echoes. That's awesome. Alright then. To less awesome areas, like Station 3. Alright then. Ooh. Search Shed 12. A long, low building propped against the wall. Boarded windows. A rusting padlock. Your bosun shatters the lock with a ball-peen hammer. Inside, your lamps reveal dust-choked workbenches strewn with discarded tools. Shelves of cardboard boxes filled with rivets and bolts. Washers and screws. Blackboards, roughly scrubbed. Here's an old lunchbox. Its half-eaten sandwiches encased in successive generations of exciting fungus. In a rusting filing cabinet, you find the documents you need. a folder of tea-stained research into Zonar. You leave the rotting workshop quietly and return to your ship. The next time you sneeze, your handkerchief comes away black with the workshop dust that's crept into your lungs. Surprised it was that easy. Alright then. Now let's deliver a long box, I suppose. We got 2 of them. The only way past the walls is an unimposing but sturdy-looking triple-locked gate. Triple-locked gate, silvery metal. What? I feel like there's a word or two missing in there. A sign beside it reads deliveries. The gate stands open. There are no stevedores, however, and no wagons waiting to help with the heavy cargo. There is only a sign, which reads deliveries, and a painted hand which points insolently up a rock-cut staircase. Are you shitting me? Make a delivery. There is cargo in the hold marked for this destination. A long, low, heavy box. It'll be fun getting up the stairs, no doubt. You absolute bastards. There's a great deal of grumbling from the crew. No shit. The stairs are sharp-edged and wet. Are you... Jesus, that's a chewing hazard. The box is heavy, and its contents inclined to shift. After a few slips and a bad bruise to the shin, you resort to placing crew members along the stairs and handing the box along. There is a warehouse at the top of the stairs, but it is not, apparently, your destination. Another sign points along the narrow path towards the building with the spire. Deliveries, it says, more aggressively this time. Someone in the spired building is singing. The song sets your teeth on edge. You have a long, heavy box, a winding path ahead that runs perhaps a quarter mile through the mist, a crew that is beginning to mutter about having to do landlubber work. There's a warehouse just to your right, but the sign says deliveries are to be taken onward. Says it rather emphatically, as a matter of fact. Break into the warehouse and leave the box there. The sign says deliveries. That doesn't mean that the deliverers are obliged to comply. Carry the box on to the building with the spire. Getting these to the distance mean you can charge more for your efforts, or send to the building ahead for extra hands. If they want the boxes delivered, they can do it themselves. Nah. Just fucking carry the box on my own, because I'm a manly man. I'm a man's man. Here we go. A grudging reward. The path is slippery and lined with mushrooms. You and the crew have to stop 7 or 8 times to set down the boxes and blow on your hands. Oh, the crew is helping. Never mind. The closer you get, the less the building with the spire looks like a church. The walls are soot-blackened and made of brick. There are no windows, only narrow vents up near the roof. From these, a low singing can be heard. A song so cheerful that your crew look at one another and frown. It is the song of someone keeping the monsters at bay. At last, you are close enough to bang on the door. An austere acolyte answers it. She is dressed in black from head to foot. Her gloves are thick leather, and her goggles are double glass. Leave the boxes at the door, she says to you, and then returns back toward the building, singing her song. I dig my hole, you build a wall. I dig my hole, you build a wall. One day that wall is gonna fall. So build that wall and build it strong, 'cause we'll be there before too long. Anyways, and remember, the bad singing will continue until my demands are met. Something about candied kittens and flaming violets and the coming of spring. Oh. Judging by the rhythm, she's inventing the words as she goes along. You stop her and explain that you expect your extra work to be rewarded. She makes a grudging gesture, but complies. Alrighty then. Wait, how does she reply? Or whatever. The austere acolyte directs the arrangement of the long box in the room under the steeple. There are many other boxes there already, stacked in rows. 3 or 4 times as many as you have brought. In another corner of the room is a pile of wood from previous boxes already emptied and dismantled. Singing to herself about a mountain upholstered in velvet, might be an actual thing, this is the Naath, she takes a crowbar to the box. The corpse inside is permanently dead, in the way that the dead of London often are not. Not a drowning, not a tomb colonist, but not coming back either. It looks pale and ordinary, except for the slight distension of the skin over the breastbone. Gently, the acolyte presses there and nods, singing about tulips embroidered with yellow floss. She lifts the body onto a marble slab. Without pause in her lyrics, she prepares a scalpel. Your presence does not seem to bother her. Let's see. Like, watch. You've never heard this practice before. Don't watch. You can wait by the door. Or watch with medical interest. Whatever she's about to do, it's sure to be anatomically informative. If you know what I mean. Ah. Like, oh. Ah, nice. That was a long shot. That was a bit of a long shot, but as I say, he who dares wins. Because he who doesn't dare, well, he just doesn't dare, and so he never wins or loses. The austere, excellent precision. The austere acolyte makes an incision over a distended place on the body, laying bare a heart-sized sphere of silver metal. It has grown there, apparently over many years, because the ribs of the corpse have curved around it without cracking. She has to break 2 of the ribs now to take out the ball. Behind it, the heart is intact but bloodless, its color a milky gray. She notices you watching and holds her song just long enough to say, They do not always grow in the same place, but over the heart is most common. With a giant nutcracker, she cracks the sphere, and another sphere inside that, and another. Finally, in the center, she comes to something heavy, small, and black. She lifts it out with tongs and looks at it through her goggles. The song falters, but she manages to keep humming, though the words are lost. She puts the black and heavy thing into a jar marked with a word of the correspondence. He closes the jar and seals it with red wax. Finally, when the corpse is removed again, and the marble slab wiped clean, she comes to pay you. Though she doesn't offer any further comment, she seems pleased by your careful attention during the autopsy. Yeah! And almost smiles when she makes her payment. A pleasure, she says. Return another day. I may have something else for you. I guess the payment is the secret? No. I guess those are sometimes physical things. Alright, now then. Alright, we need a heart metal ingot, which I can trade. Exchange a long box for a heart metal ingot. What use is heart metal to you? But then, what use is a long box? Perhaps you imagine the whisper at shoulder. What use, indeed, is a heart? When you turn, there's only the ragged flirting of the wind. A covert exchange. The legalities of trading in heart metal are vague. If its existence were acknowledged by laws, it might be forbidden. Put it somewhere out of the way. An ingot of silvery metal, dreadfully cold to the touch. Silvery, huh? Yeah, most people would think that like heart metal, something called heart metal would be red or something. A heart metal heart? Not sure if you've the measure of the damn stuff. The heart metal smith shrugs. No skin off my nose. Oh, so that is a saying. Okay. I guess I wasn't just confusing metaphors. Bring us an ingot, and I'll shape it for you. Alright. Here we go. Now we give well, I guess he's not exactly a tin man. We give the snowman a heart. We give the snowman a metal heart. I guess it's near enough to a tin man stuff. For the snowlum, a heart. The smith hammers the ingot into a rough heart shape, leaving it to cool in a bucket of water. Not much time remains. Elliot drips constantly now, leaving puddles as it paces up and down outside the gate. Fitting the heart is an unpleasant matter for all concerned, but what must be done is soon finished. At first, nothing seems to have happened. Soon, though, the drips stop. The wound heals. Elliot looks up at you, something new behind its crystal eyes. I think it worked. Elliot smiles at you. It is time for its journey to begin, at Irem, where all journeys east must depart. It is in its nature to melt. Not anymore, fucker. I'm surprised Elliot isn't available as a mascot, but I guess that makes a certain degree of sense. Oh yeah. No, I did forget about that. What am I thinking? Alright. This episode is getting long enough. Technically, I've only been recording for like for not very long, not even half an hour. But that's because I stopped recording and then started again for reasons. Anyways, well, I set out to swing by the Iron Republic, do the Isle of the Cats, swing by the save these rocks, and do all that sort of stuff. I had a whole flight plan and everything. What did I end up doing? Well, I did the Iron Republic and Isle of Cats parts. So yeah, I did basically none of what I almost none of what I intended to do today. But I always intended to stop before I did even half of that stuff, so fair enough. Unfortunately, I wound up stopping before I did half of the stuff of that half of the stuff. But anyways, next time, I'll be able to... I'll do the stuff on... there, I suppose. Next time, I'll do the stuff on the Khan's Heart and Shadow and stuff. Then swing by Port Cecil, save these rocks. Well, who fucking knows what I'll do. Definitely swing by Irem, though. Or will have swung. Anyways. That was another episode of Sunless, where we gave the snow child a heart. Without any further ado, and there has been much, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason subscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. So long, suckers.